Does anyone else have that one friend that you feel the need to update when literally anything happens to you? Like, even if something is completely irrelevant and boring, you feel the need to tell this person every last detail. These people are literally saints, and they deserve our appreciation because they will sit there and care and listen to our boring stories, or at least they will pretend to care. No matter if they actually care or not, us people who overshare need friends who listen. So let's all tag this person in the comment section to say thank you. Thank you, friend who cares or pretends to care. We need you in our lives, and we don't thank you enough. Thank you.
The first and only time I stole something. Story time. I was probably like 6 at the time. What is a 6-year-old doing stealing? I don't know. So me, my mom, and my aunt all spent the day together. We went shopping. We went to a little park. We got some food. But on the way home, this is so embarrassing. On the way home, we decided to stop at the dollar store. So we're all in the dollar store shopping around, and my mom gives me $5 to get whatever I want. You know, at that time, $5 to a 6-year-old was a lot of money. $5 to a 6-year-old now ain't nothing. So I'm walking around shopping like I got a job, and I'm picking up candy, games, whatever I can find, get my little sticky fingers on. And I ended up spending all of my money, right? Like everything that was in my hand was all that I could afford. It was hard out there for a 6-year-old. And I was fine. I was fine with everything I had until I came across this cute little teddy bear. It was so cute, brown, probably like this size. I needed to have it. I wanted the teddy bear, but I couldn't justify putting any of my items back. So I came up with this plan. I had a hoodie on, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stuff the bear in my hoodie pocket because hoodies are normally bunchy. No one's gonna know. Why did I stuff the teddy bear inside of my hoodie pocket instead of like a candy bar where it would be less inconspicuous? I don't know. But anyways, it kind of worked. Me, my mom, and my aunt, we all got in line. I went first. I put all my stuff on. I was nervous. I was sweating. The lady was like, oh, this is going to be $5 or whatever the price was. So I gave her all my money. She gave me my change back. I put the change in my pocket, and I'm like heading out the door, right? My aunt, it'd be your own family. My aunt was like, boy, what you got in your pockets? But I was stone-faced. I was like, nothing. And she walks up to me, reaches her hand in my hoodie pocket, violation, and snatches out my cute little teddy bear. And oh my gosh, my mom started screaming at me. She took all my stuff that I actually paid for, gave it back. I didn't even get my money back. She pulls me by the collar, makes me apologize to the cashier, like the cashier cares. The cashier don't care. Then pinches me by the ear, drags me out the store, all the way to the car, takes off one of her slippers, and beats me with it in the parking lot. It did me some good though, because I never stole again, at least not for a while. But the most annoying thing about this story was not the beating, was not me getting my ear pinched, was not apologizing, was not getting caught, none of that. It was the car ride home. My mom and my aunt proceeded to call my entire family, telling them that my mom is raising a little thief. And then when I got home, I had to rehear it from everybody. Like, mind your business.
I was just in Macy's, and I went in the fitting room to try on a dress, okay? And the fitting room was packed, and the only fitting room that was open was the handicapped fitting room. I didn't think anything of it. What are the odds? You know, that's what I literally thought, what are the odds? So I went, I was like, it's gonna be a quick little try on haul that I'm gonna do, okay? So I went in, tried on the dresses. I'm on my last dress, okay? I'm zipping it up, okay? And then knock on my stall. And I'm like, it's probably nothing. It's probably just somebody checking to see if it's open. And I was like, yes. And then she was like, okay, it's okay. Take your time. We'll wait. And I'm like, it's probably just a mom with a stroller. You know, it's not that, it's okay. And then the zipper stuck. I'm trying to get this on, so I'm taking an extra little few seconds to try to get this dress off. I get it off. I'm leaving the fitting room. I come face to face with shame. That is what I felt in the moment, shame. It was just a mom and a loving daughter that was in a wheelchair. And I was just, I never walked out of there so freaking fast.
You could have walked out a little slow with a limp. You didn't have to go so quick.
I was like, what are the odds, man? How did that happen? I'm ashamed. Don't go in the handicapped fitting rooms.
Things I hate about school. When your teacher says, if you guys don't cooperate, I'll keep you after class. I'm like, no you won't, that's illegal. Oh my god, when teachers say the bell doesn't dismiss you, I do. Then like, why do we have a school bell? For classes, if you dismiss us. When you're 1 minute to class and your teacher has a whole like big like freak out moment about that. It's not the end of the world. At least I showed up to your class. School lunch lines, I just feel they're like insanely long, and who wants to wait in that for mid-food? Okay, well, at my school, like, the food's not the best, but, like, I don't know about yours. When your teacher, like, gives you a missing assignment, and then, like, you do it, and then you turn it in, but she doesn't mark it off. Or he. This has happened many times when I've had a missing assignment, I've done it, and it's literally been a month, and it's still not marked off.
He stole money from his mom to pay for Roblox. Story time. One of my college roommates was obsessed with games, and his favorite was Roblox. He would even skip classes just so he could play it. And if you don't think that was extreme enough, listen to this. One day this boy calls his mom and puts her on speakerphone, and I'm in the room with them just listening. His mom answers and he's like, "Mom, I hate to ask this, but I need money for books and art supplies." And because I went to an art school, his mom didn't think anything of it. She was like, "Of course, anything you need, just let me know how much." At first, he asked for $500, but because his mom was so nice and generous, she was like, "I'm just gonna send you $1,000 so you don't have to ask me again." I was sitting there confused because me and him had the same classes and none of our classes required us to get art supplies or books. Like, what's really going on? So after he gets off the phone with her and she sends him the money, I just straight up ask him, like, "We don't need books or art supplies for any of our classes, so what are you going to use that money for?" This boy gonna say, "Oh, I just needed the money for Roblox, so I had to make up that lie real quick." So I replied to him and I said, "Don't you feel bad? Like, that's $1,000. People don't just have $1,000 lying around to just send people." And what came out of his mouth after that was insane. He gonna tell me to shut my mouth, black boy, and mind my business. Excuse me? So I shut my mouth, logged into Facebook on my phone, went to his profile, found his mother, and sent a cute little message just telling her what her son was actually doing with the money she sent him. I mean, she deserves to know. It's her money. Not even 5 minutes after that message sent, y'all, his mom calls him and she is screaming. He didn't put her on speakerphone this time, but I could hear her cussing his behind out on the other side of that phone. And he didn't even deny what he was doing. He actually tried to gaslight her and was like, "Don't you want me to be happy here? I'm all by myself. I have no one to talk to. Like, the games are the only thing that bring me happiness." But luckily, his mom did not fall for it. In fact, because she was the one paying for his school, paying for him to actually eat, paying for him to play his little video games, she cut him off of everything. This boy had to find a part-time job and start paying for his own stuff. And then he gonna try to confront me about it like I did something wrong. But that's a whole nother story.
I'm just letting you know, if I don't reply to a text message and then I reply within a couple days, first off, I'm sorry. What happened is in my head, I replied to that text message once I saw it. However, I never actually did, and it was just imaginary. And then I thought that you didn't reply to my imaginary text message that I sent you. And then I go check to see why didn't you reply to my text message and what happened there. And then I realized, oh, I never even replied in the first place. That's what goes on. Is this a normal thing?
I have a question for the people that can bite into their ice cream. How does it feel to live my dream? Because if I even think about using my teeth, my entire body sends out an Amber Alert. It's like my teeth start screaming. So I gotta lick the same spot 50 times. Meanwhile, you're out here, what? Chomping like the Chuck E. Cheese ticket machine? You know how strong my tongue is from not being able to use my teeth? I got the tongue of a... Actually, I'm not gonna say that.